It's Saturday in the Empire, and disabled and chronically ill people don't have the systems of support that they need to survive capitalism. My brother and I are both multiply disabled. We both have physical disabilities and mental disabilities. We both have lifelong disabilities and disabilities that have compounded, exacerbated, or developed over time. And we both have chronic illness. My brother has severe IBS, for example. But we also both have long COVID. Complications from COVID infections that affect us in ways that include fatigue, pain, inflammation, neuropathy, which is like tingling and burning everywhere, emotional regulation, worsened stomach issues. I have new balance issues, muscle weakness, stamina issues that I associate with long COVID, and post-exertional malaise, which in a really simplified way means you feel like really crappy after you do anything that could be considered exertional. And it doesn't even have to just be physical exertion, because I'm learning that emotional upset can be exerting to the point that I experience PEM. I went to 2 different stores yesterday to try to find some cranberry juice for my mom, and just that 30-minute errand put me back in bed. I probably should have slept, but I couldn't because there were too many people around. And the fact that I didn't rest when I should have means that I have more pain, stiffness, and neuropathy today. Chronic fatigue means I could sleep for 10 hours, wake up, not feel restored, do very little for an hour maybe, and need to go back to bed for 4 hours. It means that a 4-hour nap doesn't feel any different than a 20-minute nap. And post-exertional malaise means that using my phone even sometimes will cause me to crash and flare up. Right now I'm having a flare up. I'm not exactly sure why, but I can tell, especially because of the tingling and burning in my arms, and it is hard for me to move my mouth to make words right now. It's not even 11 a.m. and really all I've done today is sit on the couch. But I did write an essay, and I have been trying to help people with their mutual aid posts, which all takes exertion. And I had a bit of an emotionally exciting moment earlier that I realized started to give me some PEM. And on top of all of that, I had a fall 2 days ago because I followed an impulse to get on this skateboard. I don't have skateboard experience, but it has my name on it, my nickname, Lee. And it's in good condition. My brother found it in somebody's trash, so I was like, I'm just gonna stand on it. It can't be any different than a scooter, right? Wrong. So my body is stiff and in pain. I woke up this morning feeling like I had done ab day at the gym, but also fallen. Anyway, this video is longer than I expected, but I've been vague about my disability and chronic illness because it's all very complicated. I have demand avoidance, and fascists have been demanding it of me. And to be honest, I don't think that we should have to list out all of the ways that we suffer just to get support. We're all trying to survive capitalism, and it's getting harder and harder every day for everybody. But sick and disabled people, and people who know their truth enough to get online or go out to the street corner or go to their friends and be like, hey, I need help financially. They don't need advice. They don't need you to tell them what you think they should do. When someone is asking for what they need, that's what they need. So in that vein, my brother and I need financial support. We don't have a reliable income. We cannot work. We don't have benefits. We don't have insurance. We cover pain meds out of pocket. These pain meds help with neuropathy, inflammation, pain, and mood regulation. It is so much harder for us to function, get out of bed, do our own basic needs, let alone try to work to earn some money, if we don't have our pain managed. And like I said, it's not just pain. That's just the most succinct way that I can describe it. We also need gas money for our vehicles. We need power steering fluid for the truck. We need to be able to buy emergency meals and snacks, because being food insecure also exacerbates our conditions. We're both neurodivergent, so we struggle with executive function. We need safe foods, which being poor, we can't always access, which means we don't eat enough. And when we don't eat enough, we have worse pain, inflammation, neuropathy, fatigue. And the thing about PEM, post-exertional malaise, is it compounds. I feel like I've been fighting this crash for over 3 weeks now. And the last time we did our big scrap run, We both almost passed out unloading the truck that day. We've been pushing ourselves too hard to try to scrape together a few dollars. And that's why I'm working as hard as I can to push online mutual aid for us. Because the scrap work we do is important, but if we push ourselves too hard, we could end up bedbound or worse. So my links are on screen. We need $300 to get through the week. We're at 4 out of 300. Somebody sent $1 last night. Everything adds up. Everything will help cover a fee or cover tax or something. We also have a Patreon where you can support us for as low as $3 a month. It's an investment in disabled, chronically ill trans siblings. It's an investment in our environmental work. You can go to my Patreon and read a blog about the work we do and how it helps the environment. And it's an investment in our greater community because as I can and as often as I can, I help other people with their mutual aid needs, or I do outreach in my local community. Something you learn when you rely on community to survive is we all need community to survive. And just because I'm struggling doesn't mean that I shouldn't do whatever I can to help other people who are struggling too. So if you've watched this far, I really appreciate it. It helps me make a little money maybe from the creator fund. It helps the algorithm think this is an interesting video. If you can like, share, bookmark, comment, that would also help. If you can search anything above, scrap metal work, scrap metal salvage, stuff like that. Anything to make the video look interesting. And if you have even $1, like I said, it all adds up. Oh, we also have wish lists in my link tree where you can send food, tools, and other things that we need directly. We appreciate any help we can get. I just have to keep asking for the monetary needs because we have to cover those meds out of pocket and also gas. I'm trying to figure out how people can buy us gas cards, but I'm not sure how that works. If you know, let me know. Hope you guys have a great weekend. If you have a weekend, hope you have a good day in general. Thanks again.